friends. Welcome back. Tonight on Fireside Chats, my live podcast, we've got a special guest. Her name's Axi. Aloha, friend.
Hello, people. How you guys doing? It's my honor today to join Arthur in the chat and this live podcast. Howdy, people. How
I
you
really,
guys doing?
I really appreciate you joining me tonight. So I,
How's everybody doing?
I always start with the same question. The first question is your streaming name. How did you come up with it, and what's it mean to you?
Oh, that's pretty simple. I actually came out with the name. Axi is just in short, to be honest. Actually, when I started my YouTube channel, I came out with the name Axiomatic. Uh, so because I really don't how to say, it's pretty much, if you understand what the word axiomatic is, I it's really kind of like unquestionable, undeniable. So I do me, and that's why I call myself Axiomatic TV back in my YouTube days. But in short, right now people can't even pronounce my name right, so I just go with Axi.
Ah,
Peeps.
yeah, Axi's super easy. All right, so how long have you been streaming, and what got you into streaming?
Honestly speaking, when did I actually started streaming? I think back when was in, I would say around a year ago or a year and a half ago, back in YouTube, when I actually, how I eventually started, I was pretty much interested in trying to connect with people, because um I don't have much friends and families, to be honest. I mean, pretty close friends and families. Um, so I actually decided to actually hang out with people from other, especially other countries, other regions as well, and that's what got me into streaming in the
Hmm.
first place. And that's how I get to connect with and get to know people from there. But I think D Life actually changes everything ever since I joined.
And how long have you been streaming on D Live?
I would say about, counting out, almost 4 months already.
Oh, okay.
Started
So
around
this
this end
whole
of
year
December.
since December. Nice. So you joined D Live December 2018.
Yeah, somewhere around end of December before Christmas, I believe.
Okay. And what you said now, people in other countries. Where do you mind sharing where you are? What country you live in?
Oh yeah, of course. So anyways, guys, I am from Southeast Asia, and specifically I'm from Borneo Island, Malaysia. I Yeah.
Nice.
So yes, pretty much from the other side of the globe for you guys
Yeah.
mostly.
Yes. I'm in the United States, right in the middle in Arkansas. And you know, like the chances of you and I meeting were basically zero until we got on D Live, and then it's super easy.
Yes, exactly. And this is why I love about D Live. That's where we actually get to connect and get to know each other, especially content creators, in a more in depth way, I would say.
Hmm.
Because um, I never actually had this opportunity when I was back in my YouTube days. Of course, there is some friends, but not as in like in depth as like what we are doing right now,
Hmm.
to get to know each other in detail.
Yeah, that's what these fireside chats is about. Is a lot of times streamers, you know, we're just a little face stuck there in the corner of the screen, and the game we're playing or the art we're making, whatever it is we're doing, kind of takes center stage. So these live podcasts are about getting to know you on a little more personal level. One thing that I always like to ask, if you're willing to share it, if you don't have to, but your first name.
Oh, my first name? Eunice. That's why
Eunice.
actually you search my name is Eunice Sensation in my other social media platform, including Instagram, Twitter. Yep.
How do you spell that?
Uh, EUNICE. Yeah, basically it's short. It sounds like you nice.
Oh, okay. Eunice. No. That's why I'm asking, and because see, there's so
Yeah.
many of us on D Live from all over the world. So It's some of the names are difficult to pronounce if you're just seeing them written down. So it's really nice to have you tell me so I can get it right.
Yeah.
But we could stick to Axi. Everybody knows you as Axi, right?
Yeah, I still prefer Axi, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that, so we're not asking people to call you by your first name. We're just, again, we're trying to get to know you on a little more personal level. So, and you told us you're from Borneo. Is that right? Am I getting that correct?
Yes.
Nice. So, the other thing I always like to ask right away in the beginning is, what is it that you enjoy streaming?
Mm. I think there are 2 points that I would actually emphasize on. Number
Hmm.
one, I think I touched on that pretty much earlier just now in the conversation that um, I really that's the very number one point. I really wanted to actually connect with people, to get to know people. Um, but that is more or less more on a, I would say, a personal kind of thing that I love to do. Second thing, when we talk about streaming, I think I also love to share what I love to do. And
Hmm.
the only thing that I got back to art is because of the life. Previously, when I'm streaming in YouTube, I never done any of this because I was basically just doing gaming streams
Hmm.
and pretty much burned me out, to be honest, at some point. And I just realized that gaming is not what I really love to stream about compared to art. Yep.
Right, and
So
that's
basically,
actually how I found you is because you were creating art.
yeah, it's how incredible. I can't even explain this, to be honest, that how I ended up being a creative streamer in D Live instead of a gaming streamer at this point.
Hmm.
It's just amazing.
No, I love it. And do you primarily focus on digital art, or do you actually like to draw by hand a lot as well too?
Mm, well, for those of you who don't know me, I actually, honestly, I prefer traditional, and that's how I actually got started in the D Live creative streams.
Mm.
Just recently, I also wanna actually try something new and yeah, improve myself in any ways that I can for digital, and that's how I actually almost all the entire session that you're seeing me doing digital art these days. But I'm not giving up on traditional yet. I will still be doing that from time to time, guys.
And what program do you like to use to make digital art?
For now, I am really into Photoshop at the moment.
Mm.
For iPad, for those of you who are a mobile user or a tablet user, I would suggest you guys to use Procreate. It's a it's not a free program, but it's worth investing in if you want to actually venture into digital art.
Nice. And have you ever
And
used one of those drawing pads for digital art?
yeah, I'm using one that is the Wacom Bamboo at the moment.
Mm.
I have this for like almost 4 years already, and still working fine.
Nice. And do you do whatever you feel? Do you do commissions? Like what kind of art do you like to create?
Mm. I mean, speaking of doing free art and commissions, they are both two very different things, of course. So what you guys
Yes.
see on D Live, what you guys see on D Live, what I stream usually is all inspiration to me.
Hmm.
Usually related to the events or occasions that are happening on D Live. Like say
Hmm.
right now, obviously it's the PewDiePie hype, and recently for the past 1 2 days and for the rest of the week I will be doing a PewDiePie fan art just to
Nice.
um yeah, just to actually show that my love my to this great content creator. So
Hmm.
basically every single piece that I created in D Life, it does somehow related to some special occasions or events. That's how it is. Now, say for
Oh, okay.
commission is totally different thing. I in D Life, yes, I do take up some commissions from here and there for some streamers and all,
Hmm.
but I don't actually bring it up on my D Live streaming session at all. I'll do it like off stream. But I only
Oh.
started at I only started at I would say 1 or 2 months ago when I get myself comfortable with art. And yeah, I feel that I'm ready to help to contribute. Yes, then I take a commission.
And I don't know if now I may be incorrect here, but I kind of remember you talking about teaching art one time on your stream. Is that correct?
Not exactly teaching art. I mean, I am currently teaching, but not exactly art. But it's just more or less, I would say, in a design perspective. Yes.
Oh, do you mind talking about that in a little more depth? I mean, like when you say
Mm,
you're teaching design, um,
uh,
in
yeah,
what?
yeah. So actually, I was placed under this engineering department. So it's totally a different thing. It's not anything related to art in a way. So I was actually right now I was assigned to actually educate this young adults to specifically to be a what we so call an engineer without borders. Of if you can actually
Hmm.
Google it right now, EWB is a worldwide thing. That we are currently teaching them on how to actually come up with a solution to help, especially for those who are in, I would say, a poverty or a third world country
Mm-hmm.
on whatsoever. I don't know how do I say even put this like, um, whatever. I wouldn't say problems, but in order to help them to solve some of part of the solutions that are the problems that are they are facing. Does that make sense? I don't
Yeah, yeah.
know.
And well, could you give us an example of a like one of your most recent projects that Engineers Without Borders has been a part of?
mm, Recently, we are still working on it, so can't actually because it's still ongoing, so I can't actually share it. But previously,
Uh,
they actually did came up with a very simple this some of them they actually got involved in um the water system, water filtration system,
hmm.
and basically they are a lot actually because they are in different groups. They came up with different ideas and all.
Hmm.
So basically, it's endless if I wanted to share this, but that's basically what we are educating uh the young adults to be in the future.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about streaming a little bit. You said you previously were you live streaming on YouTube or were you making content for YouTube?
I would say both. I would say
Mhm.
both. Live stream honestly because my channel is pretty much um messed up to be honest because there's like tons of different contents going on for each and one of the for one single channel, and it's not favoring the YouTube algorithm. But
Mm.
that's another case. I'm not even let's not even talk about that. But yes, I do create some contents, but basically nothing much. It eats up a lot of time as well, and everything pretty much more related to gaming content, and that's
Hmm.
all.
What are the differences like from live streaming on YouTube to live streaming on D Live? And like, do you find it easier, like maybe less time consuming or easier to stream on D Live?
In many ways, of course. Definitely number one, I would say um how welcoming it is, how supportive it is in D Life. I think I've stressed that for 2 or 3 times already in this chat. And in YouTube because it's big and is somehow I have again due to how the algorithm works, it's pretty hard to actually get myself out there because I am, like I say, on the other side of the globe.
Hmm.
If I were to actually reach out people from the US, it's pretty hard because of the algorithm. I am stuck within my own Malaysian region, and I keep on
Uh,
YouTube keep on promoting my streams to only fellow Malaysians and not people outside of the region. There is, but probably I would say 0.01% of it, and that's really bad. I can't get myself out there. It's just unreasonable in a way. Yeah.
no, that's a really great point, because see, my live streaming experience is only on D Live, and that's that's why I ask. You know, people come from Facebook and Twitch and YouTube live streaming, and so a really great point that you just brought up is you do live in Malaysia in Borneo, and when you're trying to live stream on YouTube, YouTube was not showing your videos to the rest of the world. So
Yes.
what's up, Bearded Leo? Thanks for the host. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Yes, we have, for me, for us in the U.S., what we would consider a late night fireside chat, but for Miss Axie, it's the middle of the afternoon. So
Yep.
that's what's great about D Live is it doesn't matter what country you're in, it doesn't matter what time it is. You can turn on D Live, you can meet new people, and yeah, like you and I would have never met. I never found you on YouTube, but here we are streaming on D Live, and I found you within a week of joining D Live.
Yeah, I still remember the yeah. It was this your first time in here, and you're telling me about this hand model conversation. That's how we actually get to know each other, and it's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
amazing, to be honest.
yeah. It's a hey, that's a real job. You know, a lot of people, if they've seen your channel, they know. Yeah, she showed them. Somebody asked if you were going to show your hands. So thank you very much for those donations, Beard. I appreciate it. He's Axie. He's saying aloha to you. Yeah. So if you guys have ever seen Axie's channel, you know that she likes to draw and create art. And so what you see most of the time are her hands and the artwork. And she has very long, slender fingers and very nice hands. And that's it. I was explaining you could be a professional hand model. That is a job. They hold perfume bottles, they put rings on and watches and bracelets, and you get paid for it. Now, you're too good of an artist, though. We don't want to lose you. Definitely keep making that art.
Yeah, my hands are born to build, to actually create art, not for
That's
modeling at this point.
well, you could do. You're doing both. You're doing both. So you've been a live streamer for quite a while, right? Most of the folks here on D Live are new because it's a newer platform. Most of us, even that have joined D Live, have done it in the last 3 or 4 months. And obviously, with PewDiePie coming over from YouTube in the last few days, the viewership has absolutely exploded on this platform. So what we want to do, fun fact, Axie and I were both each other's 555th follower.
Yes, beautifully. Oh, yes,
Wow,
agree.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
high five.
There you go. You got it. There you go. That's awesome. So let's talk about D Live for a minute. We basically we try to cover things that would help other streamers, other people who want to become streamers. What would you say has been the key to your success on D Live and just in streaming in general? Like, what kind of advice would you give to people who want to stream and they want to be successful at it?
I okay. Number one, I want to stress on it that I don't consider myself successful. I can only say that I am blessed to have all these supporters behind me. Definitely not successful. I am still learning. I am still trying every single second, including what we are doing right now. Okay, guys. So now for people who want to stream, especially for newbies, are you talking about newbies that
Well,
who want to
anybody,
actually
right?
stream?
There's a because of all this increased viewership recently from PewDiePie joining from YouTube. There's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people who have never streamed before, and or have just started streaming, but they're not really sure like what are the keys to success to be a successful streamer. So what we try to do on these fireside chats is not only get to know you, but also
Mm-hmm.
offer advice and tips to new streamers that will give them a better chance at success.
Mm-hmm. I think okay, let's start off with let's say the niche first, like what you want to stream, what you want to do. I think you need to have a clear idea about that. Like say for me, definitely right now I'm obviously a uh creative streamer compared to a gaming streamer.
Mhm.
So I think you need to narrow down your niche first for this, or you want to do say just hang out chatting stream, you may do so as well,
Mhm.
because that is we are voicing down to individual already. But after identifying your niche, I think um what we can help to advise you to get started on streaming. I think don't and just start off with get yourself comfortable in especially in talking, interacting. You need to at least, I would say you need to at least have um a mic. At least you need to have your voiceover. That's what I want to actually advise people to do, because if you don't, it kind of actually um, it ruins your interacting with your viewers at some point. Of course, we can still do in your chat and all, but people wanted to. You can actually hear how sincere how a person is
Mm-hmm.
through their voice itself, and that's very true. Trust me, guys. Even though you don't have a face cam, with by just hearing their voice, you know how how that particular person reacts and all. And I think that's a very good way to get started, because it really does show your emotions and all in your streams.
Mm-hmm.
Webcam, not a must get thing. Screw that. That is not the number one thing you need to get. But I think I would advise to actually get a mic, and also narrow down. I mean, identify your niche on what you wanna actually stream. I think that's how you eventually can get yourself started for streaming. You don't have to get like a honestly, you don't have to get like a decent mic or anything. No, that's not my advice. You don't need to have like fancy expensive stuff to get started. For me, it took me, like I say, it's already about almost, I would consider myself almost like almost 2 years, not yet 2 years, but almost two. And from time to time I also learn how to actually improve myself, in a way, myself, not the stream, myself, for the
Mm.
stream, and also in terms of the equipment as well. So it does take time, guys. And my friendly advice, don't rush for success. I mean, we're speaking of success right now. Don't rush for success. Don't rush for fame. Don't rush for and don't rush for your revenue or donations or anything like that. That's all. I would say, secondary thing that you need to actually to keep that in mind. But number one, I think for streaming, I think you need to take into account that how you wanna actually connect with people. I think that's the number one thing that I'm streaming right here in D Live, because I never had this before. It's totally different thing already for me in terms of streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore like how I actually feel about it back in YouTube days. Yeah.
Well, the thing about D Live that I love, and I had never even live streamed before D Live because I my thing is I want to connect with people. I want to get to know and meet new people. And when I moved to D Live as a viewer, I found this incredibly supportive community, not only the streamers but also the other viewers. And so obviously streaming, there's a lot of questions involved with how to stream. And I always found I got a lot of support here on this platform.
Yep, I totally agree. I totally agree. That's I think that's what makes the culture, the community different in real life compared to other bigger platforms out there. I'm not saying like other bigger platforms they don't support each other, but it's hard to see these days.
Yeah, and D Live is a smaller platform right now. Obviously, PewDiePie joining us is going to change that, but you know up to this point. It's really been streamers supporting other streamers. So you know we're on camera for maybe 4 hours, some longer, and then we always when we get offline, we go follow other streamers and we watch them and we encourage them and we support them, and that's I want to stress that that's very important, right? Like you're going to feel more fulfilled, you're going to be more excited about streaming if you have support and if you support other streamers. It definitely
Mm-hmm.
comes back around. And I like the point that you made about don't be in such a hurry to grow this massive audience. Like get to know the people who organically show up in your channel who are interested in you and what you're doing.
Exactly. I mean, for me, definitely, like I say, I think I've actually mentioned this in your stream quite a few times already. That I myself, when I came into D Life, and I'm on D Life right now. That I actually do care, and I actually do connect with other people, these
Mhm.
streamers and all, on and offline, not just online on streams, that I'm supporting them offline as well. So that's something different that compare. I don't do this back then.
Mm-mm. So when you were live streaming before on YouTube, you weren't reaching out to the audience if you were offline, but you are now that you're on D Live.
Yes, exactly.
And why do you think that is? What changed for you?
I honestly, I really don't know, but I think probably it's the mentality and the the true core culture that we have in D Live. I think everybody, I think all the creative streamers right here on D Live have the same. Um, we do have the same thinking on how to say, we actually, we are not just content creators, but we also showing as a person in real life that we do care about each other. Because eventually, you guys, for those of you who are new, you don't know, but actually in in D Live itself, we ran a lot of charity streams here and there already. I
Mm-hmm.
believe, Arthur, you already you noticed that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so that's how it is that not just as a streamer, like I say, as an individual, I think it's amazing to see how caring and supportive we are as a family in D Life.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point because when I got to D Live, I didn't know any of you, but because we communicate on Discord through messages, we have conversations with each other, we visit each other's streams. You actually end up feeling like your neighbors, right? Like you could live next door to me. I feel like I know your face, I know your name. We talk all the time, and like you said, it's a family. Like it's not, you're not just a nameless faceless number, right? Like how many
Yeah.
followers do you have now? Well, this many. That's actually, I could tell you my followers names and my regular viewers names because we actually have a real relationship now.
Yep, I totally agree. And just to keep in mind, guys, for those of you who want to start streaming, don't really, or you don't know me, that I don't really care about my followers numbers. I care about the people that uh are really interacting, are really communicating with me in my stream or somewhere else in my other social media and all. It's not about numbers and all that. Screw it.
Yeah, and something that I've learned actually from very successful YouTubers is that when they started, it was about how many followers, how many likes, how many views, and they just stacked up viewers. And the more and more people that followed them, they got more and more depressed and more withdrawn, and because they were focused on some arbitrary goal that never was fulfilling. But as soon as they switched and started actually engaging with their viewership and actually making real friends, well, then if any one of those people talked to you that day, you had a good day, right? So
Yeah.
it becomes a more personal relationship, and that's really what I find exceptional about D Live as a live streaming platform.
Yeah. So back to what you just mentioned. I think I agree with what you said. I don't blame, from that point. I don't blame the creators having those mentality or having those practice, because I was on YouTube myself, and I totally understand like why a content creator or a streamer does that, for numbers, for numbers of followers, the numbers of likes,
Mm-hmm.
and especially this too, because of how YouTube itself is being built and being
Mm.
scripted to work that way. So
Right.
everybody needs to actually reach this certain threshold to, in order to get yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you are even at the bottom of the bottom, that nobody even knows you. And I think it's a really bad culture, and which is why at some point I myself, I actually, because I'm not into all this, like I say again, I'm not into all this numbers thing, and it hurts my channel really bad. And that's why I actually decided to stop creating contents or even streaming in YouTube. And how lucky I am today that I found DLive. God bless me.
I agree completely. I mean, that's what's great about this platform is that you can connect with your audience, right? Like I actually heard a viewer say yesterday they had just gotten to DLive, they followed Pew over, and they said the amazing thing that they found about DLive in one day of being on DLive is how interactive the streamers are with their audience, and they weren't used to that on these other large platforms. And you actually hit on that you really enjoy that interaction, and that now that you're on DLive, you can actually get to know your audience on a more personal level. I think we may have a bit of lag on her side, guys. Just waiting to catch up with the camera here. Axi, come back to us. I think she has, she's having some technical issues, guys. Again, I'm in the United States. She's in Malaysia on the other side of the world. So looks like she's trying to figure it out right there. So real quick, while I'm waiting for her to come back, I'm just transition. So guys, what we're doing here is we have these live fireside chats. I interview DLive streamers in an attempt to get to, first of all, to get to know them on a more personal level, but also on a much larger scope. What we're trying to do here is basically help educate the new viewers of DLive to what DLive is as a platform. We also try to help new streamers who have questions about live streaming. They've never streamed before, and they want to know what it takes to be successful as a live streamer. The one thing that her and I were just hitting on is you have to interact with your audience, right? If you want to be successful on DLive. I recommend you guys getting on the Discord app. It's a way to have direct contact with people that aren't, like when they're offline, when they're not streaming. The other thing is, no ma'am, you're currently not. Let me tell her, she's in chat. I don't think I spelled froze right. And so anyway, we're just trying to get her back online, guys. But basically, what we do in these conversations is try to help you guys understand how to stream, but also more importantly, what does it take to be successful on DLive. We're going to get into a segment where we talk about the cryptocurrency that this platform is based on, which is Lino. It's currently on a test net. And what that means is it's a fixed price cryptocurrency at the moment. It's worth 1.2 pennies per Lino. And once everything gets worked out, they're going to go to what they refer to as a main net. Once this cryptocurrency goes to the main net, then the price will fluctuate based on how much Lino is traded and other factors, right? How many people are investing into the platform. But one thing that I like to mention, and people say, well, I'm going to mention it and then explain it. DLive takes 0% of your donations. When you get a donation, you get 90% immediately. The other 10% goes into a fund. Now that fund is redistributed on a daily basis back to any one of you that have invested Lino into the platform. So you actually make daily dividends on your Lino investment. And the way that DLive is able to do this and not take any money is based on based on the web traffic. You guys being here, you guys hanging out, you guys having that conversation with us. So right now we're just having a bit of a technical issue. We're just trying to get Axi's camera back up. For some reason dropped out on us. Yes, yes, technical difficulties. It'll only take a moment, guys. We're just trying to get her back online. Something on her computer is trying to use her webcam. So I'm just trying to work it out with her. And it could also be something, you know, local to where she's at. Again, she's in Borneo in Malaysia. So really appreciate her being able to get on with us and talk. Not really sure why her camera won't load. But so let's talk about Lino for a minute. Lino, again, it's worth 1.2 pennies, and you can donate to your favorite streamer. Down below, you'll see the lemon ice cream diamond. Basically, a lemon is worth 1.2 pennies. Ice cream is worth 12 cents. Diamond is worth $1.20. Ninja Guinea is worth $12. And the Ninjet 10,000 Lino donation is a $120 donation. And basically, if you lock in Lino, you go through your Lino wallet, the back end of your Lino, and by locking in Lino, you're investing in the company, you become a shareholder, and anytime there's a vote on how the company is going to develop and grow and change, you get a vote. When you get your daily Lino rewards from your locked in Lino, when you go to accept that Lino, there's a vote, it'll pop up, you'll get to select a choice. And you actually get to develop the company. Just did my stream yesterday. How do viewers and chatting make Lino points too? So right now, if you can see that chest that's down there on the bottom of the screen. On the PCs, it's currently paused because they're working on it. But you can go on to the phone app and basically DLive rewards viewers for their time, right? So. What's up, Leo? I appreciate Bearded Leo being in here and those donations. My friend Bearded Leo is actually going to be on Fireside Chats with us on the live podcast this coming Sunday. So definitely stay tuned for that. We're going to start getting the Good Vibe Tribe on here. We got Violent Hippie coming up next Monday. So we've definitely got a group of them. Poor Miss Axi, she's actually still working on trying to get her camera going again. I don't know what her computer's doing, but that's another good point, guys, we could talk about, which is live streaming can get tricky, right? You're doing it live, which means your computer could shut down, your internet provider could shut down, OBS, Streamlabs sometimes gets twitchy, sometimes DLive gets twitchy. You know, there's all these different things that happen. And don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Something happens, something shuts down, something gets weird on you. Don't even worry about it. We all understand, and if you're a viewer of live streamers, or if you're a live streamer, you're going to know that this sort of thing happens. So we're still trying to get Miss Axie back. I'm not sure what's happening for her. Well. Yeah, something happened with her camera, but we're still trying. We're still trying. So anyway, we always like to ask if anybody in the audience has questions about DLive, about streaming, and we definitely like to cover that. So if anybody out there in DLive land has a question, you talk about benefits. Would you mind talking about risk as well? Well, sure. You know, anytime you're involved in a cryptocurrency, the price can fluctuate, right? It can go up, it can go down. Currently, Lino is locked at 1.2 pennies on a test net. When they go live, that's going to obviously allow that cryptocurrency to go up and down. So when we talk about investing in Lino and locking in Lino, only invest the money that you can afford to lose, because in the end, anytime you invest, it is a risk. So I definitely try to to tell people, don't empty your kids' college fund to invest in Lino, right? Like, be smart about it. The other thing with live streaming is, people are going to get to know you. They're going to get to know your voice. They're going to get to know your face. So if you're going to live stream, I would say be careful about sharing personal information, right? You don't want to pass out your address. You don't want to pass out your phone number, right? Like, make sure to protect yourself, and protect your personal information, right? Like, a lot of live streamers have kids, they're married, they have relationships, right? And just know that you should understand that if you're going to live stream, you're basically opening yourself up to the world. And that's great, right? That's why we do it. But also at the same time, just again, be careful about protecting your personal information. Yeah, actually, we can keep talking on a voice call. Generally, the only reason that Discord hates on cameras is if something else on your computer is trying to use your camera. Obviously, you and I were having a conversation on video, so not really sure what's going on there. Would you recommend DLive over Twitch? Also, do you think after the initial Pews wave, DLive will continue to grow? Well, so DLive over Twitch, I've heard this a lot, and I've had a number of people ask me, well, what about Twitch? What about Facebook? What about YouTube? What about Mixer? Honestly, they all offer something different, right? They're all different platforms with different goals in mind. The thing that's different about DLive than any previous live streaming platform is that the D in DLive means decentralized. What that means is, instead of a group of like old guys making decisions about the company by themselves with no input from the actual content creators and viewers, they put the company in your guys' hands. If you buy Lino and lock in Lino, you are now a co-owner of the platform. You get to vote just like a shareholder would who owns stock in a company. You get daily dividend returns. The Lino that's donated to you, 90% of it goes immediately into your wallet, and you can cash it out and put it in your PayPal account. And on other streaming platforms, you had to wait till you earned a certain amount of money before they would even let you cash out. There's issues with getting paid. There's issues with getting your tax returns, right? So DLive basically made that simple. They said, hey, why don't you guys own the company? Why don't you own your own content? And DLive as a platform takes out 0% of your money, guys. Like I said, you get 90% of the donations right away. The other 10% goes into a pool, and all that money is then redistributed out daily to everybody who has locked in Lino points. Tom, listen, you're not, that's not cool, man. You guys, I appreciate all the new viewers that are coming over from Pew's community, but again, this is a respectful, supportive community. If you guys are going to be unpleasant, you're going to spam inappropriate stickers, you're going to do any sort of hate speech or cyberbullying, we're going to delete you, we're going to mute you, and we're going to have you removed from the platform. Because the thing that I absolutely can stress about DLive is it's a loving, supportive community of friends and family. If you want to troll people, if you want to be involved in hate speech, now those are two separate things, right? You control your friends, and it's a good-natured thing. But when it turns into cyberbullying, that's not allowed. It's not allowed. The terms of service, right? The community standards on DLive is one of family. That's fine, Axi. If I appreciate that that you had a video problem, and we can keep chatting if you'd like, but you'd have to be in the call. Come back to me. And then the second part of that question is also, do you think after the initial PewDiePie wave of followers, do you think DLive will continue to grow? Yes, I do. DLive was growing in leaps and bounds already. The thing that PewDiePie's audience is going to change is that it's going to grow even faster, because DLive up till this point has been content creators supporting other content creators, and with Pew bringing over the largest audience of anybody on the planet, obviously the viewership is going to go through the roof. The reason that's good for the platform, it's good for any website when you can push large amounts of traffic, and not only large amounts of traffic, but actually relevant traffic, right? This is a live streaming platform. PewDiePie is a online content creator and a live streamer. So it's not only web traffic, it's relevant web traffic. So when you guys come over to the site, we're actually able to, you're going to stay on the site. You're going to spend hours on the site. You're going to come back to the site every day. And that sort of web traffic is very good for the platform, right? So because the platform is going to grow in leaps and bounds now, even if most of his audience just came and visited and then left, the exposure on social media, the exposure on news outlets has been very, very good for promoting the platform. And honestly, DLive couldn't pay for that kind of exposure, right? Worldwide exposure. So all of us owe every one of you that's viewing a debt of gratitude. We owe PewDiePie, obviously, a debt of gratitude for sharing such a massive audience and loyal followers with us here on DLive. Yeah. Axi, are you back with me? Can you hear me? I see that you're in the call, but I don't hear you. Just wondering if you're muted or whatever. And if you need to, try to reset your computer and come back. You can't hear me on Discord. Try. All right, I'm very interested in this platform, and I'm hoping to make it more of a full-time sort of thing. I'm just not sure where to do that. I'm not sure if you could clarify. You do that on DLive. That's where you do it. In terms of making it more of a full-time sort of thing, consistency is one of the keys to being successful as a live streamer. You need to log in on a regular basis. You need to provide quality content, and you need to be consistent, right? Now, that doesn't mean you need to play the same game. That doesn't mean you need to do the same thing. I'm a variety streamer. Sometimes I stream games. I like to play simulator games, so I play a lot of city building sims. I'm playing American Truck Simulator right now. There's a game coming out in about a week called Anno 1800. It's a city building sim. And yeah, so basically, to be a full-time streamer is easy. You get up every day, you turn on your camera, and you provide the best quality production value that you can. To be a successful streamer, I believe that you need to be involved in Discord. You need to be involved in DLive's Discord. And for all of you that are actually here in the chat right now, I can share a link with you. This is a link specifically for the DLive Discord, and definitely follow that over and get involved. Another thing that you're going to need to be successful here on DLive, you need to be involved with Tidy Labs. One of the employees that is here on this platform, his name is Tidy, and he has created this website called Tidy Labs. It's how you're going to Hello, hello. Yep, you're still muted on that side. I'm not sure what's going on with your computer, young lady. Sorry about that, guys. We're just trying to get Axi back on the call. For some reason, she's not able to hear me. You guys can hear me all right out there, right? Like we're still live. We're still streaming. I'm not really sure what happened with Axi's computer, but again, technical difficulties. It happens. I've been a Twitch streamer for a hot minute, but it's been extremely difficult to get noticed. Just weighing my options. Yeah, you know, that's actually a really good point. Join me in my channel Discord. Okay, so let's find Axi. Which channel? Which channel? We're just trying to get Axi back online. You can hear me just fine. Awesome. Yeah, the thing about Twitch is it is inundated, right? It's overwhelmed with people, and let me Axi test. Are you deafened and muted? I'm just wondering. Maybe on her side something happened. I'm definitely hot. I don't see her mic lighting up though in Discord. Still connecting to my region. Oh, okay. So again, Axi is in Malaysia and Borneo, and I'm in the United States. So there seems to be some sort of issues connecting right now across the world. Well, it's fantastic that we can. So yeah, the thing with Twitch, I've actually done that, but I'll do it again. Probably not me, considering I'm still online. But I will definitely restart and see if I can't help her get back online here. See if I'm gonna try calling her again in direct call and see if that works. If not, then I'll go to her Discord channel. But yeah, the thing about Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all these other platforms is that they are overwhelmed. They are inundated with streamers. And really I think on Twitch, there's something like 6 viewers per streamer right now. It's pretty minimal. And the thing about DLive is it is a new platform. It is a new company. And I guess it's been around about a year and a half. And there's still plenty of room to create your own niche, like Axi was talking about earlier. Yeah, see, we're still trying to get her on Discord right now. It's not working. Her region is Singapore, and so that's actually the problem that we're having right now is connecting with Malaysia. But the thing about DLive, you know, before PewDiePie announced that he was coming over to DLive a couple days ago, it was mainly content creators supporting other content creators, right? It's streamers supporting other streamers. Now, with this large viewership that's come over, it's going to be easier to find an audience because the people are here, right? It's going to be a lot easier to be successful. It's going to be a lot easier to get followers. And really, I don't think that's important, right? I think what's important is be yourself, be consistent, and do the best that you can to be unique, right? Be yourself. People want to meet you. They don't need another like hardcore gamer who's not going to interact with them, right? They need somebody who's genuinely interested in making a connection and getting to know their audience. That's really what I found is different on DLive, right? You can actually get to know your streamers on a personal level. I'm gonna just let her know I can try her channel again. We're gonna go down to Axi Warriors Discord. See if we can't get Axi Troopers. Test, test, test. See, I'm seeing mine light up, but I'm not seeing her mic work. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. But if you have questions, by all means, please type them in chat. We're talking about DLive. We're talking about live streaming. We're talking about Lino. I think my main goal is to build a positive, dorky, goofy community that can chat with, yeah, whenever. Exactly, Mumble Mage. That's what's so great about this platform is you can do anything you want as long as you're consistent, as long as you're communicating with your audience, you're going to be successful. And the community here that's already present on DLive, that's streaming here on DLive, they're very loving, very supportive, very helpful. And a lot of us, when we say friends and family, we literally mean friends and family. There are husband and wife teams that work together to stream. You'll see their mom dropping in chat. You'll see their kids sitting in their lap, right? It's very family oriented. She's asking about Google Hangout. That's not something I'm familiar with. I don't actually have any experience using Google Hangout. Hello, test, test. Let me call her one more time and see if we can't get her back on. Check, check. Yep, I don't know. We're still having some sort of technical difficulties, guys. But I've tried that with Twitch, but it's slow going. Yeah, and it's slow growing. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. Again, I believe at last check, which was last week, there was something like 6 viewers per streamer when you broke it down per category on Twitch. Obviously, that's not going to work, right? It's going to take you forever to become a partner. It's going to take you forever to make any kind of real money. And with DLive, it's still such a young company. It's still such a young platform that in every category, there's room, plenty of room for a while to grow. Any arts creative streams in Lino besides myself? Yeah, actually, AJ, our guest that we had on tonight, you'd see she's in chat right now, Axi-xX. She's an artist. That's what she does on DLive. Google Hangouts. Let's see. We're just basically trying to get Axi back on with us. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Author Joe. Well, hello. All right, we're trying to get Axi back on here. I accepted the Google Hangout invites. Let me put in Axi's information. We're gonna get her back on here. We are gonna get her back on here, man. We need our guest. Contacts, new conversation. There we go. We're gonna call her right now. Let's see if we can't get our guest back online now. Check, check, check. Let's see. Okay. I'm just giving her my information right now so we can get her on Google Hangouts. For some reason, Discord's being special. Do you use OBS and Streamlabs with DLives? Curious how easy a transition over would be. I use OBS Studio, and in terms of transitions, that's all built into scenes and sources on OBS. I would never claim to be an expert. I actually paid my brother, Bad Doggy, to help create my logo, to create all the art, to create my overlays. He created the transitions. The alerts are all handled through Tidy Labs, and there are native alerts, so you'll have stock sounds and images when people donate to you, but you can modify them. You can put in GIFs and stickers and custom sounds and everything else. And so it's a really, really great way to personalize your channel. Calling me, okay, how do I I don't see any way to accept. Yeah, well. Oh, we might actually get this done.
Hello.
Hey, Axi's back.
Hey.
Give us 1 second, guys. Can you share your camera and mute it? Because you're feeding back through. Or like I can hear myself on your side. You can share your camera just to the right of the phone call? Just trying to see if we can't get Axi back on the live fireside chat with us. Okay. Well, just so you know, I currently have you muted just so we can figure this out. But if you guys have more questions, feel free to go ahead and ask those questions in chat, and we can keep addressing those. All right, guys. So if you have more questions, feel free to ask them. Why is it ringing? Okay, one sec, guys. So yeah, I can't actually do a video call with her on Google Hangouts because I have to use my camera for OBS. So that's why we like to use the Discord video calls, because my guests can share their camera. I don't have to. I can use my camera for live streaming. So Axi, if you're in the channel, if you'd like to just do a phone call, if we're gonna have to use Google Hangouts, that's fine. Can you hear me? Check, check. There we go. I can hear you typing furiously. Hello. Okay, so I can hear you just fine. Let's if you want to finish the interview, we can just do it as a voice call. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you so you can rejoin. All right, guys. So we've got Axi back on. At least we got her on a voice call. Right now we're having some connectivity issues with the camera. Let's see. Welcome back.
Welcome, people. My apologies. Sorry if you really want to see my face, you can just right now because we can't connect at all with from Discord or anything. So if you really want to see how I look like, my ugly face, you can just go to my channel anyway. I tried
You
to figure it out already. I
No
can't
problem,
do
no
it.
problem. So someone in chat saying the way I see it right now, and I could be wrong, is that D Live has some potential for streamers to really grow, but success of the platform is what I'm worried about. Well, I can tell you this, and then I'd like Axie to actually comment on that too.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about that really gets into life and how to be successful at life, right? If you're worried about something not working out, then you're not putting your full energy behind it working out, and you're actually increasing the odds of failure, right? You have to go into this with blind enthusiasm and say it's going to work because I say it's going to work and because I'm going to put my energy behind it. How do you feel about that, Axie?
All right, let me just read the chat. Sorry. The way I see it right now, D Live has some potential for streamers to really grow, but success of the platform is what I'm. In terms of success, of course, that's why that's why we actually needed this, what we so call community support. And I think it's a good way. It's a good, very good start to be honest for all this for bringing PewDiePie over. We need something. We need someone with a huge influence, say PewDiePie himself, because um, if just put it this way, if you are a small streamer like you and me, like Arthur and me, we are pretty small, and if we actually tend to speak up, if we have the energy to actually want to push this platform further, but we can't because our voice is not loud enough to do that. We need somebody actually big enough, have the big impact, big influence like PewDiePie, to actually bring not only streamers to the platform and also bring tons of viewers into the platform to actually support and sustain it uh, from today onwards. And um, I'm not entirely sure like what's your concern about the success of the platform at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that people like if you've been streaming on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook or Mixer, which are probably the larger of the live streaming platforms available at the moment, and you've built an audience and you're concerned about losing your audience. I can tell you that I've seen other successful streamers from other platforms move to D Live. They tell their audience to follow them. Sometimes they restream to their old platform for a while to keep their audience in the loop until they make the transition. But if you've already been streaming on a different platform and you want to bring your audience with you, you can do that. Tell them about D Live. Tell them why it's so great. Explain
Yeah.
to them that they can invest in the platform and become co-owners even as a viewer.
I think what Mage is, I think Mage asked the question. I think for uh your concern range, I think you are worrying about you have the current fan base that you already have on another platform, and you're worrying that whether you can transition uh your followers or your fans from that platform to another new one. Well, I'll tell you this, your true supporter will support you no matter where you go.
Mhm.
Now for me, again, back to the topic a little bit. So like I say, I personally I am from YouTube, and with about 1,006 followers on YouTube, and I gave that up entirely when I moved to D Live. I start from scratch. I start from zero because I don't even mind doing that if my true followers or my supporters, they will follow me through no matter where I go. But if
Mhm.
they choose not to, then I what else can I do? I just let them be, and I rather just I am not afraid to actually start all over again. So I don't think that's something that we anybody right here right now in the stream who's watching, even I myself, I'm not worrying about all those stuff. I think the main concern for as a streamer, I think we just need to always remember one point, and that is to uh always share a positive vibe, and also
Mhm.
do what you're gonna do as a streamer. you know, fame base is something that we can't actually, how to say, we are not in control of that, but of course we can try our best to maintain and grow.
Yeah, and you know, again, guys, we talked earlier about how to be a successful streamer, and that's consistency, right? Interact with your chat. Try to stream. If you can only stream 1 day a week, try to stream on the same day at the same time, so people know how to find you, right? If you can stream every day, still try to stream at the same time so your audience knows where you are and how to find you. But Axie hit on a point earlier in the conversation, which is a microphone is a really important tool for live streaming because they get to know your voice and your emotions. Camera isn't as important, but also
Mhm.
exceptionally helpful in terms of making a personal connection with your audience. I
Yeah.
think,
um
yeah, I'm just
yeah, I do
reading
have a
chat.
yeah, same. I have a question over here. How long will it take before a new streamers to start on D Live can get a lot of followers? Now, this is something that I stressed on earlier, that followers numbers shouldn't be mandatory, shouldn't be a primary thing that you need to concern about. And
Mhm.
like I say, I don't mind. I mean, I understand why a lot of people, especially YouTubers, fellow YouTubers, I am YouTubers too. So I know that you guys have the concern about followers number, or the fan subscribers, or whatever you want to call it, the numbers. It honestly, it ain't gonna work here. Nobody, like I myself, I don't give a crap about how many followers I have or how many followers you have. I think I cherish more on your content and you as a streamer, who you are. I look into that. I value that more than your numbers of followers. Say if you have like say if you have, say, probably 100 followers and you only got one who's supporting you, then what's the point, right? I'd rather have 5 followers and 5 of them are actually interacting and supporting me throughout my streaming career. Ain't that better? So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you
yeah.
guys start streaming because you're just trying to be famous and you're just trying to get X number of followers, you're really going to be disappointed no matter how many you get, right? Because there's always somebody who's bigger, there's always somebody with more. And if that's your idea of success, even when you find what I would consider success, large numbers, you're not going to be happy. It's not going to be enough, right?
Yeah. And the bad thing, the flip side of, if you are having this kind of practice, or you have this mentality, it will burn you out really fast. I'm not
Mhm.
I'm not kidding, it's gonna burn you out, and you will get depressed and frustrated about streaming. You don't see the value, the true value of streaming already by the end of the day. So try not to really I understand a lot of you are from YouTube. I can say 95% you guys are here because of pews, and I totally get it, that you guys have this practice and mentality, because I was there before, guys.
Mhm.
But let me, yeah, just trying to share my point of view. This is what I experienced, because that's what changes my streaming, uh I wouldn't say career, but my streaming activity definitely is totally different compared to YouTube after I moved to D Live. So yeah.
Well, I actually followed one of my favorite streamers over from Twitch and El Tizanda, and he had over 400,000 followers on Twitch. But in the last couple of years, there would only maybe be, I mean, at one point I saw him with over 10,000 viewers in his stream, right? And in the last few years, it was like a couple dozen. And you could really see the difference in his energy levels. He wasn't having fun. He wasn't enjoying streaming. He didn't have the same interaction. Then when he moved over to D Live, within 3 weeks, he was a global partner, had over 1,000 followers, regularly had 100 people in his channel on a daily basis. His energy went up, His excitement for streaming went back up, and he's been streaming over 8 years. And he just joined D Live the beginning of 2019. So about 3 months now he's been on the platform, and he is crushing it. He really, really is doing well. So I would say, even if you have a large audience on another platform, but you're not seeing the same results, come to D Live, support the family, support your viewership, and you're gonna have success.
Yeah. I think, yeah, like what you said, basically Zonda, he himself already grinded for 8 full years.
Mhm.
And same as for Pius, he's is not an overnight success, guys. It's not like that. He
Right.
spent fully 9 years on building his career out of creating content. So see how far, almost a decade, how far he has gone, and how far he actually reached up until today. If you want to actually be successful, say successful in just a matter of few months, I'm telling you, it won't happen overnight, guys. You just need to be patient. You just need to put in the effort. There is nothing like an overnight success. If it does happen, uh I always remember this phrase when people say like easy come, easy go thing. So I'm not buying this overnight success
Right.
theory.
Exactly. It's don't be so concerned about being successful, guys. Instead, be
Yeah.
concerned about being consistent and providing quality content. I guarantee you your channel will grow, and you will start to see numbers increase in viewership and followers. It's that's not what's important. What's important is being yourself, being consistent, being unique, and like Axie referred to, find your niche, right? Find what, like, but don't like try to force yourself into a box. Somebody else you see being successful, well, if I do what they do, I'll be successful. No, you do what you love and what you're passionate about. People will see that you're enjoying yourself. That's what's going to bring you those numbers.
Yes, exactly. Because when you imitate other people, people will know like you are not you. You are just trying to be somebody else, and that's not cool, to be honest.
Right. And like, I'm not a hardcore gamer. I've had traumatic brain injury. I have problems with my hands. I have problems with my brain. I couldn't play a first person shooter, a battle royale, and compete. Right. So if I tried to force myself into that box, I would not be successful. I'm only successful here because I do me, which is I like to interview people, I like to help people, and it comes across. Somebody asked in chat, should I do Instagram story posts that I'm starting my streams? Here's the thing, AJ. Definitely, definitely use social media to promote yourself, to promote D Live, to support the streams. There's some new hashtags going around. Hashtag support creators. Also, hashtag stream on D Live. You use those hashtags. You also obviously want to put your name and channel in there. But yes, you definitely want to use social media. Um, if I may ask, how often do you stream and for how long? I stream 4 hours a day every day. Does that seem like it's enough? I like to stream about 4 hours a day. But again, it's not about how long you stream. You could stream 1 hour a day. You can stream 4 hours. I know people that stream 6, 8, 10, 12 hours. Really, what it comes down to is how long can you keep up your energy? How long can you continue to provide quality content? Because if you start getting tired, you're falling asleep, you're not interacting with chat, it's obvious, right? And really, to maintain for any length of time as a live streamer, you have to continue to take care of your body, right? You need to stay hydrated, you need to stretch and move around, you need to get regular sleep, you need to go outside and get some sunshine and interact with other living human beings. If you're just sitting behind your computer by yourself, it's not good for you as your physical form.
Yep, I totally agree. I think there is no fixed time. Like I say, as a streamer, it's all about yourself. Get yourself comfortable with what you can do and what you can provide for the community, for your viewers, for your fan base. I think that's the main thing that you need to take into account more than anything else. And also the point where Arthur actually stressed on about, yep, you because every individuals are basically different, so
Mhm.
I'm not gonna tell you what to do, because mage, that is for you and yourself only. But yeah, like I say, not only on streaming, to be honest, even in real life, yeah, you gotta have to take care of yourself. You need to how to say, we need to have this balance in our life, not just, you can't just do one thing 24/7. That's ridiculous. Nobody's doing that, for sure, not me. I'm not sure about you guys, but definitely not me.
No, and I've actually, when I started streaming, I tried 6 hours. I tried 12 hours. I couldn't do it. Right. I have too much pain management. I have problems with my brain, and I can't stay focused and speak for that long. And again, if you're not being passionate, if you're not connecting with your audience because you're tired, because you don't feel well, it's going
Mm-hmm.
to come across.
Yep.
So,
I'm not gonna speak up any names here, but yeah, within the platform itself, even in the life, my advice. I mean, this is what I came across just recently, about 2 3 weeks ago, when I'm in a certain streamer's stream back in 2 weeks ago, and I can, like I say, people can tell from your voice, from your body movement, they can tell uh basically how are you feeling in in a sense, because if you're in a, say, you're not in a good shape, you're not in a mood of streaming, that I would actually tell you not to do that. If you really have a bad day, or you are stressing out, then take a day or two breaks.
mhm.
Nobody's gonna blame you of not streaming on that particular session, but you're just gonna have to let people know that, oh, say, I'm not feeling so well, I have something coming up, I'm not gonna stream, I need some break as well. And that's pretty common, and that's natural. I don't see anything wrong with that. But if you push yourself too hard, and people can actually tell that you are not acting right.
Yeah, and I've seen guys. Uh, I say guys, I mean people take a break for a day or two, and then when they come back, you can see it that they're refreshed and that they're rested and that it was good for them. And then you can see that if you build your community organically and you build it of people that you become friends with, they're happy that you took time off. They'll actually encourage you and think that's really great. You look great. I'm glad you feel better. It's important to take time and take care of yourself. Mumble Mage says, "You guys are really making me want to give this platform a shot. It seems like it could be very lucrative in a community building way." And that's absolutely dead
uh,
on. D Live, the community here is friends. We are becoming family. We are very supportive. We are very helpful. Um, and
mhm.
it's obvious when you go into a channel.
Yeah, I totally agree. Mage, my advice: give it a try it out a little bit here and there. See if whether the community, the culture fits you.
Mhm.
Then I think only then you may decide whether you want to stick around or not.
Yeah, and again, like Axie was saying, when you communicate through live streaming with a microphone, people can hear your tone, they can hear your inflection, they can hear your
Mm-hmm.
sincerity, right? And nobody wants to listen to somebody having a bad day, right? They want to be entertained, they want to feel connected. And so if you're in a bad mood, or there's your house is in an uproar, that doesn't translate well. It's not quality content. And you should probably just take the day off, and take care of yourself and take care of your interpersonal relationships. If you know, if you guys are married or you live with other people, you have children, you need their support, right? You're not going to be a successful streamer if you don't have the support of the other people in your lives. And if you ignore them because you're trying to stream for too many hours at a time or too often and you're ignoring those relationships, you're not going to be able to be consistent and be successful.
Yep, totally agree. Like I say, that's why apart from I think from especially speaking of the life itself, I think it taught me so much that how can I actually improve myself as an individual? How can I actually improve myself being a better person on and off stream? So that's something that I really cherish a lot every single time that I'm on the live.
Nice. So, yeah, and Z said sometimes she has a habit of streaming in a bad mood, pushing too hard. And that's exactly what we're talking about, guys. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we all have bad days. We all get tired, right? So, if I tried to stream more than 3 to 4 hours at a time, I lose my energy. I lose my desire to communicate. I start to hurt, right? I don't feel well. But just because I can only stream 3 to 4 hours at a time, that's fine. That's okay because your audience is going to get to know you at a personal level and they're going to know what's good for you and they're going to support you for that. Just basically do be consistent. That's we can't stress that enough. It doesn't matter if you only stream for an hour, 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever it is. Just be
Yep.
consistent.
I think in terms of consistency, we are actually talking about yourself, not about your schedule, not about your time at all, not anything like that. We are talking about consistency in uh your attitude, your energy, and so on and so forth. You know.
Mhm. So, any other advice, any other tips that you think that a new streamer could benefit from that we haven't covered?
I don't know where we left off just now. I can't even remember. Oh gosh. Um, New streamers. We talk about the mic. We talk about yeah. I think I can't think of anything right now. Maybe for those of you who are planning to stream, maybe you guys can pop whatever question you have in mind, and maybe in that way I can help you out by answering the question. I think that is easier
Yeah, yeah,
because I
absolutely. At the end of these interviews, we like to definitely open it up for questions. So if you guys have more questions, I saw one question earlier in the chat that we didn't get to that I want to cover. Somebody asked if it's possible to live stream from your phone. I know that it is possible on the Apple platform to live stream. I know some streamers that use like a GoPro camera that has a Wi-Fi connection to their phone, and then they use the software on their phone to live stream. But I can also tell you that those same streamers are no longer doing that because it's hard to maintain a quality bandwidth on a mobile platform. So while yes, you can do it, I don't find it's an effective way to stay online. Like you guys have seen, we've already had some technical issues here and we're hardwired using the best equipment we can get a hold of. Right? So
yeah
it's challenging at best even when you're using the best equipment. I
something. Sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead. You can read that out and respond.
Oh. Yeah, so many AJs saying like I think some people are too focused on full HD and their stream lag better than 720p and have smoother stream experience. Um, well, for me, I'm only streaming at 720p, so I mean, it's pretty much the basic the resolution that you need to have like 720. Otherwise, 480 is way too low and people can't see shit. Can't even see anything, to be honest. It's way too pixelated. So Yeah, 720 is cool. 180 not necessary. Some people are crazy enough. They have BC computer. They want to push it to 4K. Whatever, whatever.
Well, and that's actually a good point that AJ's bringing up. And a lot of the viewers that are watching D Live, that are watching, these different streaming platforms, are doing so on a cellular network, and bandwidth is a concern. So I believe 720p is perfectly acceptable for your camera, especially if you're streaming gaming, right? Because you don't your if your camera's small and tucked into the corner, you don't need a super high resolution going. It's stealing bandwidth from your video card. It's stealing bandwidth from the person who's on the phone trying to watch you. And if they don't have a super good connection, basically your stream is just going to stay buffering.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
So just keep it at the basic I would say basic resolution, and that's good enough. But of course, like I say, I think we touch on this again. It's always like an experiment to, especially for myself as well as a streamer. I always test things out here and then, and I'll see where I can improve. Even last time when I stream, I am stupid enough to actually put my face cam on full HD, which is not even necessary, and then I shrunk it to like a super small, panels at the corner. Yeah, I didn't know that until at some point of time. Like, what the hell am I doing?
yeah, and guys, live streaming is just that. It's live, right? And we're human beings. We make mistakes. Sometimes it's not even our mistakes. Sometimes there's issues with connectivity with the internet. I mean, even here where I live, we get really bad storms sometimes, and that can affect your ability to stream. But if you're consistently online and you're consistently communicating with your audience, and you're using social media, you're using Discord, even if something happens to your stream, you can still communicate with your audience. You can still reach out and have those personal connections. And really that's what Axie and I we keep talking about tonight, which is, don't be concerned about your overall numbers. Be concerned with the quality of your content, and be concerned with interacting with your audience and building real relationships with these individuals.
Yep, agree. What author said.
So we always like to talk about Lino a little bit towards the end of this conversation, because Lino is the cryptocurrency that DLive is based on. That's what the donations are come through as. When you invest in the platform, you're actually investing in the Lino network. And there's a couple tips that we like to give. Number one, if your favorite streamer is offline and you still want to donate Lino to them, below the screen down there, there's a replay tab. And all of their past videos, they used to keep all the videos. Now I think they're only keeping a certain number because of storage issues. But you can go to any replay video on any streamer's page and donate Lino to them on the replay. The second thing that we always like to mention about Lino is that depending on where you buy your Lino, you're going to pay a different percentage fee to do the transaction. Like on the Apple store, it's like 30%. If you're buying Lino on your phones, it's like 30%. So if you want to buy Lino and you want to get to most Lino for the best price, you buy that directly through your Lino wallet, or you can buy it through the DLive platform, and the percentage is the lowest possible, right? Like 4% through PayPal instead of 30% through the cell phones. And what that means is a $100 purchase will actually get you 2,000 more Lino if you buy it through DLive than if you bought it through Apple or you bought it on your phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually touched on that last night. For the past 2 nights, I've been talking about that as well.
I like that question, Mumble Mage. So Mumble asks, any tips for building a positive community, or do you think that just comes with being positive while streaming? I think you just answered your own question, to be quite honest with you. I mean, no, I'm serious, and
um,
I'm not, and I don't mean that to be rude. I'm saying a tip for building a positive community, the number one tip would be positive. You're going to attract the type of energy that you put out. Those are the
yeah.
types of people that you're going to attract.
Yep, exactly. I think this voice down back to who I am again back then. Probably Mage is not here. That, like I say, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about nasty people or abusers or trollers. If you're in my stream, you know how I'm gonna actually squish you, real bad. So that's I think that's the point where you as a streamer, you as a content creator, that uh it depends on how you want to keep, how you want to build your community from there. It's all under your control, Mage. So y- you are the content creator. You make the decision how you want your community to be like. It's that
Yeah,
simple.
and we can give you some tips, right? Like, I'll give you a good example. Axie and I are both very positive, very loving people by nature, and we have very good relationships with our regular viewers. That's because we have positive energy, and because we protect each other, we protect our viewers. And if somebody comes into the channel being unpleasant, we disappear them, right? It's just that simple. You can delete comments, you can mute people, and something that I would really like to touch on and say a really big point that I want to make. If somebody comes into your channel and gives you a hard time, or you're on another streamer's channel and they're giving you a hard time, you can work that out through direct messages, through private contacts with that individual. Do not go on social media and start flaming other people. That reflects poorly upon you. Your best bet is to ignore it and move on. Don't take on that negative energy, and definitely don't return the negative energy. Just keep doing you. Keep being positive. Keep loving on people. As the term goes, haters gonna hate, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Well, yeah. uh, let's see. Okay, let's just see. Do you feel that the chess being blocked on PC is affecting the flow of Lino into the community? No. Yes and no, I would say. um, Apparently right now the treasure chest is still working uh on mobile application.
Mm-hmm.
uh for PC, well, it's not block, it's just under maintenance. Block is not the right word, it's under maintenance. Yes, we are improving the treasure chest for PC users, definitely. And the no is I don't think so, because um people can still actually purchase Linos,
Mm-hmm.
um whether on PC or on mobile. So I don't see that it's gonna actually affect the flow of Lino that much in a major form now.
Right, and it's only been paused for the last few days. And the
Yeah.
reason the reason that the PC version is currently on pause, guys, is because there was some abuse of the system. People spamming multiple channels trying to farm Lino. It doesn't work because it's actually built into the system that if you're spamming and you're trying to farm Lino, when you go to open that chest, you're going to get +0 instead of +1 to +4, right?
Yep.
But
Agree.
basically, we're still on a test net with this cryptocurrency, which means it's a locked price. It's worth 1.2 pennies per Lino. When it goes to a main net, then the price can fluctuate based on the amount traded, and that will affect things, yes, but we're currently still on a test net. Now somebody asked, how do you go about muting, banning, etc. on DLive? Well, to be able to delete and mute someone, you have to be one of two things. Number one, it has to be your channel, or number two, you have to have moderator permissions in the channel that you're in. Then you can delete comments, and you can also mute people in the channel. If somebody is being if somebody is violating the community standards and the terms of service of DLive platform, you can go to the DLive Discord, take a screenshot of what is happening is the best way to go about it, and then you just communicate with any number of the staff or guardians that are available on. You can do it directly on DLive through their channels, or you can do it through the Discord directly. But they do not tolerate cyberbullying and hate speech, and they will warn the individual. They will try to help them understand that DLive is based on love and respect in his family and friends. And if the person continues to violate the terms of service, they can be removed. Also, if you're a streamer and you violate the terms of service, the community standards, you can have your partnership taken away, and it's a 3-month period that you will not be allowed to stream, and then you can reapply. But they try to give people chances and warnings, but there are certain things, if you cross the line, you could definitely be removed.
All right, I have a few questions over my side.
Yes, ma'am.
So Martian said this mainnet currency is usually a different form of blockchain. So what if Lino becomes not worth anything at all? I'm still trying to process that question though.
Well, that comes down to, I've had people ask me directly, should I invest in Lino? Well, again, guys, any investment, there's risk involved. Any cryptocurrency, there's risk involved. So only invest money that you can afford to lose. Will it make money? Well, we all hope so, right? But we can't guarantee that. And so basically, just be smart about your investments, right? If you can invest up $12, which is the minimum requirement to be a partner, you need to lock 2,000 Lino. That's currently $12. Invest the minimum. I've invested $1,000 since the beginning of the year, so over 4 months, I kept putting in a couple $100 each month. I now have 90,000 Lino locked in. I hope the price goes up from a penny. If it does, that'll be fantastic. But in the end, it is a risk, and it is on a test net, and when it goes to a main net, the price will fluctuate, and it could go up or down.
Yeah. Just a quick advice. I think no matter how much you actually invest on, I can only say that be ready to actually lose it all.
Yeah,
As long as you're
definitely.
ready for that, feel free to invest. If you feel insecure that you're not entirely sure whether you want to actually invest in it, then my advice is don't
Right,
do that.
right, right. I invested because I believe in the platform. I believe in myself. I believe in my content. I've been on DLive long enough that I've met a lot of incredible content creators, and I believe in what they're doing. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to put my money where my actions and time are being spent. And again, that comes down to you're only going to be successful if you believe you are, right? You have no chance of being successful if you're doubting your own success, because you're putting that energy out to the universe, and it's confusing, right? If you want to be successful, go for it 100%. And guess what? You may fail. It may not work, and that's okay. Then you just do the next thing. But
Yeah.
successful people, Thomas Edison, Michael Jordan, all these, like, if you talk about inventors, you talk about famous sports athletes, they said they became successful because every time they failed, they tried again. Every time something didn't work, they found something else and they went for it. So don't be concerned with failure, be concerned with success and put your energy there. A couple questions in my chat. Somebody's asking again about muting and banning. Yes, you do that simply by clicking on their name. You left click, you can go to their channel. Anybody can see that. If you're a moderator or it's your channel, there's an option to delete the comment. There's also an option to delete and mute the person. Do you need to be a partner to change the Lino into money? No, you do not. Anybody can send you money and you can cash it out. If you invest Lino yourself, and you don't lock it in, you can cash it out immediately. If you do lock it in, you're basically telling the platform, here, use my money to help grow the platform. If you want to cash it out, it takes 12 weeks. So they split up the payment in over 3 months into thirds. Let's say you want to take out $1,200 in Lino, they're going to give you $400 a month for 3 months. Then that's in an effort to keep people from crashing the cryptocurrency by or artificially manipulating the price up and down by being able to remove locked in Lino with no waiting.
Yeah, I totally agree. And so Martian here said if the price goes up, the 12 weeks unlock does not lock the current price. Once all gets unlocked, the price will have then dropped. Yeah, that's so the point is again, locking points, nobody is forcing any of us to lock points. So if you can keep them open up in your wallet, so you may actually cash them out anytime, right? You don't have to lock them. When you lock them in, basically we are investing the extra to actually earn a little bit of interest from there. That's how I actually see it. So if we, I will keep it open. Say I will lock it up if I am ready to actually cash it out, liquidate it anytime soon. I'll just leave it open.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a pretty much better and safer move if you we want to talk about the price going up and down.
Yeah,
But
and
again, voice back to risk management. Any investment is a risk management, so you just gotta have to know that, guys. Oh my gosh, I have um you can't see it in any exchange because it's in testnet. Yes, it's still in testnet, so uh not officially being registered or anything and listed or registered at this very point of time. Yes, any boy.
so the
Yeah.
2000 Lino on this platform, to be a verified partner, they want you to lock in 2000 Lino, that's $12. And that just shows some level of commitment to the platform. And because DLive takes 0% of the donations, they need some liquid assets to be able to invest and promote the platform. And they do that by verified partners and global partners locking in Lino.
Sorry, apologies for my doggo. I can't control her. She is just too excited. It's just barking outside. Uh,
No problem. So do you have any questions on that side to answer?
actually, there are tons. I'm trying to scroll through. There are some trollers in my chat. I'm trying to trying to clear things out a little bit as well. All right, let's just go back to the question that I have. Um, Andy Boy say they changed abruptly from Steemit to Lino, so I don't know how trustworthy they are. Again, this voice down to individual. If you have faith in the platform, then again, like I say, you are comfortable with everything. You may invest, you may stick around. If it's not, say if it's something that is not for you, then it's not hurting you if you're not investing or doing anything to the platform, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, right. Like, guys, we're not trying to convince any of you to stream on DLive. We're not trying to convince you to invest in Lino. We're telling you why we stream on DLive. We're telling you why we invested in Lino. It's an opportunity, but it's also a risk.
Mm-hmm. And right here, don't get the idea wrong, guys. We are not forcing anybody to invest or lock Linos or anything. Nothing like that. We are just explaining how the system works.
Right. And Lino is currently exclusive to the DLive platform, and it is currently private cryptocurrency on a test net. Once it goes public, once it goes to the main net, yes, the price could drop. It could also go up, right? But at a penny a share, basically, 1.2 pennies per Lino, pretty small risk, right? 2,000, you're getting 2,000 of something for $12. I mean, you know, it seems like a pretty low risk investment at the moment. But obviously, that comes down to be be willing to lose every penny you invest, right? Because it may happen. We don't know. It may not work out, but you're never going to be successful if you go into something expecting it to fail. You're only going to be successful if you put in your time and energy and positive energy, not just energy, but your positive energy and thoughts.
So, what are you saying in buying 1 million Linos right now? I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what to do. Whatever you want. Say if even if you purchase like 100 million Linos right now, if you can afford that, I also can't tell you what you wanna do with that 100 million Linos. You wanna donate? You wanna keep it? You wanna invest? You wanna throw that at people? I don't know. You can do anything about it. It's you. It's you the one who is in control. I can't do anything about it, right?
So Just Cow said they're just looking at the platform and it says we make our payments to community members based on the contribution they make to the platform. The payments are sent out each Sunday and Thursday. Requests should be submitted 3 days prior to each payment date. The minimum payout amount is 2,000 Lino. Okay. Well, again, this is a new platform. Lino is a new currency. It's still on testnet, and it is. They have been making changes to the platform, to the cryptocurrency, and once it goes on mainnet, then that's not going to change, right? It's not going to fluctuate. But since it's still on testnet, they're trying to find they're basically trying to set everything up for success, right? So they're testing different things on the platform with DLive, they're testing different things with the cryptocurrency, and they're basically trying to set it up for the highest percentage chance of stability and success. Like right now, it's still small, but once they release this, it's going to, I believe, expand very quickly, and it's easier to fix problems when the company is small. And so, really, that's what they're focused on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Edward asked, "Hi, was wondering the requirements are for global partner once you achieve regular partner." Well, that's right now. Again, that's subject to change. Currently, to be a regular verified partner, you have to stream at least 2 weeks. You need to lock in 2,000 Lino, and you need 200 followers. The difference between verified partner and global partner is there are a couple things. Number one, you need at least 1,000 followers. Number two, you need to lock in at least 50,000 Lino. Number three, there's a monthly requirement for you to receive 100,000 Lino in donations to maintain global partner. Now, the reason that is, as a verified partner, you get a 10% return on your content bonus. As a global partner, you receive a 30% return on your content bonus. So they want to make sure as a global partner that you're withdrawing a larger amount of money out of the system. They want to make sure that you're also contributing a larger amount to the system. Because again, you keep 90% of your donations, the other 10% gets returned back to the community, to everybody that has locked in Lino points.
Mm-hmm. I have a few questions going on right here. Okay, question. How do viewers sell Lino from platform? Technically, this is not a trading platform, so you can't sell your Lino, but you can cash out your Lino when you hit the minimum of, is it 2,000 or
2,000,
1,000?
right? 2,000 Lino, which is currently $12.
Yeah,
But like on Facebook, they won't even pay you unless you make $100.
same as YouTube.
Right. So like here, you can cash out $12. Other platforms, it's $100.
Yeah, yes. I mean, you can't sell Lino from platform, that's of course, but you can cash out if that's what you meant, Alpha.
Yeah, because currently Lino again is not public. It is on a test net, And when it goes to mainnet, that's going to change everything. And obviously, we don't have those answers yet because it hasn't happened.
Yes, no, none of us do. So we don't speak for any of those at the moment. So what
Right.
happens when no wait, what happens with the massive influx with PewDiePie? From my understanding, there is a cap on Lino. What happens if the cap is hit?
That's a good thing,
Arthur,
right?
yeah, you wanna yeah share your point of view about that?
Well, I'm guys. Again, we don't work for the company of D Live. We don't work for the company of Lino. We're just streamers who are trying to help you guys understand as much as we do. So I don't understand cryptocurrencies in detail. I don't understand how the market works in terms of how much Lino is available. I know that there is a system to add more Lino. That's what the chests are about. But again, these are very specific, detailed questions that we don't have answers to because the cryptocurrency is still on a test net. It's still being changed and modified, but in specifically because they want it to be around for a long time, right? They're trying to increase the chances of success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. What else do I? No, I don't have any question at the moment.
Okay, and someone was asking, although it's not particularly clear, how long would PewDiePie be streaming and doing the special donation? So, PewDiePie just announced an exclusive live streaming partnership with D Live 2 days ago, and he's going to start streaming this Sunday. If you go to PewDiePie, PewDiePie, that's his channel. It's up right now, and
It's
it
up on the
has
main page, basically. The
yeah,
first top
yeah,
streamer.
right. It's also on the main page, but there is a countdown there to exactly to the second when he will have his first live stream, and also tells you exactly when he's going to be doing his giveaway. Up to $50,000 worth of Lino, I believe somewhere around $27,000 worth of Lino that's been raised by the community up till that point. But if you want to know more specifically about that, you can reach out to Pew on YouTube, and you may get a response, you may not. I mean, there's 93,700,000 of you following him, which is just a mind-numbing number. It's a staggering group of individuals that are very loyal and very loving, very supportive of Pew. We appreciate you guys all coming to D Live. It's going to help the platform grow. The way that websites are able to make money is they can monetize the web traffic. So all of you guys moving to D Live and increasing the amount of activity on the platform and supporting the streamers, buying Lino, starting streaming yourself, creating more content, all of these things are going to help ensure the longevity and success of the platform.
Oh, I have question pouring in. You want to answer yours first?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So Toll says this basically from the information I've given from Lino's publication, there is a solid cap which will increase by 6.5% annually. Again, like I say, I think speaking back of what others say, we are just a simple user. We are just streamers. We don't work for the Lino teams or anything.
Right.
We can't enclose any information that we are not sure about.
Yeah, we're not here to provide misinformation at all. We're
Yeah.
just here to tell you guys we're live streamers, we're on D Live, we have money invested, we have Lino locked because we believe in the company. We believe in this isn't a nameless, faceless company, guys. The D in D Live means decentralized.
Yes.
We own the platform because we invested Lino. We own our own content, right? We believe in what we're doing. That's why we're here. Hey, Three Raccoons, welcome to the stream.
Or somebody says like sounds like dollars are safer. Well, yeah.
Well,
Uh,
there's risk with dollars too, right? Like a dollar is
yeah.
worth, an American dollar is worth less than a British pound. A Canadian dollar is worth less than an American dollar. A Mexican dollar is worth all of them, or worth
Yeah.
less than all of them. So, again, any currency, it's going to fluctuate. Any cryptocurrency is going to fluctuate. But there is a cap on Lino. It does go up every year. And what that means is currently Lino is worth 1.2 pennies on a test net. Once it goes to a main net, and let's say the cap is reached for any particular year, and there's more of a demand for Lino than there is Lino, that's what drives the price up. So I wouldn't be so concerned with those sort of details unless that's your business and you're looking at this purely from an investment standpoint. Then by all means teach me something about it, because I don't know. I only know that I believe in my content. I believe in all of these other streamers that I'm subscribed to and follow. I believe in their content. I believe in what we're doing here on this platform. I believe it's the first time that a live streaming platform has allowed the viewers and streamers to own their content, to own the company, to vote and affect the way the company grows and changes. It's again, it's new, right? It's something we're trying out that's never been done before, but I believe in the platform. That's why I'm invested. That's why I interview other live streamers. That's why we're trying to provide positive, helpful information to the community at large.
Yeah. So again, somebody says, sounds like MLM though. You sure is safe? So I believe you're talking about multi-level marketing. You asking me whether it is safe. Again, I can't answer you that. It boils down to your own opinion. Again, Donut Hunter. We have been repeating that for I don't know how many times
Right. And
already.
in terms of it being a multi-level marketing company, absolutely not. I don't have a referral code, right? Like Axi
Yeah.
doesn't have a referral code. There is,
Hmm.
if you're a partner, there is a way to sign other people up where you get a little bit of lino from it, but it's not a residual thing. I'm not going to then get money from part of your money when you sign people up and they get money. Like, this isn't a pyramid scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It is a live streaming platform that's backed by a currently private cryptocurrency there are plans to take it public, but it's currently a small company. They're growing, they're changing, they're developing the COS. And to be quite honest, I don't mind. I don't mind the growing pains.
Yeah.
If you
Can stream.
if
Oh
you're
no, sorry.
looking for an established platform, there's plenty of them. The difference is they don't care about you. You can't own the company. You don't own your content. You can't invest. They're going to take a larger percentage of the money that you make, right? The difference with DLive is it's decentralized ownership, and you have a greater propensity to make more money when it comes down to it. In your opinion, would you cash out the Lino points? I'm imagining to save up until then investment can afford myself a new PC or other. Again, that comes down to personal preference. I haven't cashed out any Lino, but I know streamers that cash out Lino every month because they pay their rent with it. They buy food with it.
Yeah. Nobody is in control except you yourself.
Yeah, and I've heard speculation that when Lino goes from a test net to a main net, the price is going to crash. I've heard speculation that when it goes from a test net to a main net, the value is going to spike. But it's again 100% speculation, right?
Yes.
If you invest in Lino right now, you will get daily returns on your investment. Period. When it goes to a
And the
main
investment is
net,
a speculation, guys. Come on.
right. And when it goes to mainnet, we don't know. We're along for the ride just like the rest of you. But that's why we've continued to say Don't invest money you can't afford to lose, and understand that it is an investment and there are risks inherent in investing in anything.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we're not here. We didn't like Axie and I didn't start streaming on D Live because we think we can make a ton of money on cryptocurrency. We
Nope.
started streaming on D Live because it's a beautiful, supportive community, and that's what we were looking for.
Yep. Like I say, in monetary terms or anything, the growth of the followers, none of that is mandatory to me.
Right.
And I have a question over here. Can streams get banned? Blockchains, soft censorship. Yes, you will get banned
Well,
depending if you break the TOS. Yes. A lot of you guys need to actually read through the community guidelines, especially for you guys newbie.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to be clear though, D Live, the streaming platform, is one company. Lino, the cryptocurrency, is a separate company. So I had somebody ask me earlier today, well, what if I get banned on D Live? Do I then lose my cryptocurrency? I can't answer that specifically because I don't know, but what I understand about the two companies are that they are separate, even though they're working together. If you get banned on D Live, that means you can't stream on D Live. In 3 months, you could reapply. However, that should not affect your cryptocurrency. That's money that you've invested or that you have sitting in your Lino wallet. It would be illegal for them to take your money.
Yeah.
That's
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
right. So it would, they are separate companies, even though they're working together and appear to be one seamless company.
Yeah. Man, thank you for this very your kind words that you're saying. He say, you look so bored. Or do I look boring to you? Well, if I'm not for you to actually watch, then shoo shoo, go away.
Well, you
Go away,
don't.
go watch somebody else.
I mean, if your camera's working, I'm just wondering why we don't get to see it.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer you that question. That is a technical issue.
If you
uh,
guys want to see Axie, just we're gonna upload this video to YouTube. She's in at least the first hour and a half before her camera failed. So, and also you could just stop by her stream.
yeah, Toll Gamer is from my stream actually. I think he's in the chat right now. Just Cal as well. Yeah, it's good that that's how it works here. We actually communicate and share each other's friends and families together as well.
So people are
And
asking here, what are your thoughts on the design for D Live? It seems like if they have a massive influx of people, they'll need to change things, and it appears to be difficult to sort and find streams. Well, to be honest, guys, we're just content creators. We don't work for the company. We are not website builders, right? So that's not something that we need to concern ourselves with. What we need to concern ourselves with as streamers is, are we consistent? Are we providing the best quality content that we can provide? Because when it comes down to it, that's what we are responsible for. The company, guys, listen, they're not they're not doing all this work and spending all this time and money to fail, right? They're doing their best to provide a quality platform that's owned by the viewers and the streamers, that has longevity, right? They want to be successful as much as you guys do. So the best way for you to support the company is by providing quality content. That's the best that you can do, right? Again, if you want a surefire thing, there are plenty of platforms available for you already right now. The difference is you can't own them. You don't get to vote on how they grow and change. You don't, like, you're already going to be entering a saturated market where there's like Twitch 6 viewers for each streamer. You know, the thing about D Live is, yes, it's new. Yes, there's risk inherent in a new system, in a new cryptocurrency, but if you focus on the risks and you focus on the negativity and you focus on the doubt, there's no way you're going to be successful. The only way you're going to be successful at anything in life is to put 100% of your energy behind it. And even if you fail, even if you make mistakes, you just keep going. You put that behind you and you just keep going and you just keep trying.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think we have been stressing that throughout the entire podcast.
Yeah, yeah. Just do
Mm-hmm.
the best you can. Be unique, be creative, be consistent, interact with your audience. And that notice we didn't say anything about Lino. We didn't say anything about followers. We didn't say anything about being successful. We're talking about be consistent, be unique, engage your audience. Everything else is going to work itself out.
Yeah, it's Author Joel in my chat. I popped the links. Joel, you want to say hi to my chat just over the voice?
You're live. You can say whatever you want.
No, they just, I mean, from you. Yeah, just say hi to my viewers. They're just curious.
Aloha Axi viewers. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Really appreciate your questions too, because this portion of the live podcast is definitely driven by viewer questions.
Mm-hmm. Who is this? Is it author? Is another amazing streamer who's currently doing the podcast with me right now? Yes. All right. Has
Edward,
PewDiePie said how donation pool is going to be distributed and who is eligible? No, I haven't heard anything about that.
I've
But
heard a little bit. Basically, he said he's going to donate the money up to 100 content creators. So
yeah,
that
but I
means you have to be a streamer, and he will donate the money to a maximum of 100 people. So he's not saying even if he raises $50,000, he's not going to give 50,000 people $1 worth of Lino each, right? So right now the current amount raised by everyone on DLive is 27,000. You can go to Pew's channel and actually see the exact amount. But if you have specific questions about that, you could actually reach out to the DLive staff directly on DLive or through the DLive Discord.
mm-hmm. But he hasn't been specific that who's he's gonna donate to. I think probably it's just gonna be a random pick, or yeah.
Yeah, that
Um,
we wouldn't have any way of knowing that for sure, guys.
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
do I do believe it's going to be random. I don't think there's already a list.
It's
Um,
on the in the chat. How are you doing, man?
but honestly, we can't speak to that, guys. We're not here to speculate, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Edward asked me, "What was I successful with the first book I wrote, second book, or third book?" Really, we could talk specifically about success because Axie and I were talking about that earlier. What does it mean to be successful?
Yeah.
It's not about a certain number of books sold. It's not about a certain number of followers. It's not about a certain amount of money raised. Success is a state of mind. Your perception determines if you're successful or not, right? Not like to be considered successful as an author, you're supposed to sell 5,000 copies of one book. I don't think I've done that with any of my books, but that's because I give them away. All my books are free. If you have the Kindle Unlimited paperback copies, I give away all the time, right? I'm not an author because I was trying to make money. I'm an author because I'm trying to help people. My first book I published for my children specifically, and I only printed 10 copies of it. I wasn't even going to release it to the public. But of the 8 copies that I gave away, people said, "Hey, it helped me." Aloha Joe in Hawaii is the name of that book. It was about my own personal struggles with mental illness, with brain damage, with physical injuries, with being unhealthy. I moved to Hawaii. I started getting healthy. I wrote about it. And I shared that story with other people in an effort to encourage them and give them hope that they, in fact, could take control of their lives and start manifesting their realities. Well, there was such a demand for the book that I released it to the public. Then I started doing author appearances and book signings, and I got the attention of a publisher and an editor. They wanted to publish more of my writings. That's where my second and third book came from. Somewhere around book 4 or 5, I took control of my own books because I felt like the vision that I had for them wasn't being met. And I started self publishing books. I'm now 10 books in. And I don't have as wide of distribution because I took control over self publishing them. But again, it's just like Axi said earlier, if you have 5,000 people following you, but only two of them show up, or you have an organic growth in 200 followers and 50 of them are in your channel every day talking to you, who's more successful? The person with 5,000 or the person with 200? Right? That comes down to your perception. Why are you in it? Why are you streaming? If you're doing it just to be famous and have a higher number count than the next guy, it's never going to be enough. You're never going to be happy with your results. You need to be a live streamer because you want to communicate, because you want to provide quality content. And then in that instance, I'm successful every time I turn the camera on because I'm doing exactly what I want to do and I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah. I think in terms of when we say success, I think it really depends on how you actually, how much you understand about success and how you actually see the word success in your perspective. You know, everybody has a different idea about being successful. But for at least I know for me and Joel, we are definitely not after fame or money or anything like that to stream on the live or even in real life. Not only streaming, off camera, same thing. That's who we are. But of course, again, for every each individual is totally different. But if speaking of in terms of as you want to be a successful streamer, that's our advice.
Yeah, and Toll says, so I agree with your take on success, but how do you balance that with the need to actually make money and pay bills? Well, I can tell you this. What I've seen on D Live is like for me, I'm not concerned so much about the donations or the money because I'm not cashing it out anyway. I'm just reinvesting it by giving it back to other streamers or locking in Lino to the platform. If like for streamers that actually pay the bills with their money that's being donated to them, the way that I've seen them handle it is they make the stream more about that. So if you donate to them, they get really excited. They have special cutscenes. They have animated GIFs. They do echoes, and they perform for the donations, and they make larger amounts of donations. Right? Like if you're specifically needing to pay your bills by streaming, then you need to cater to that. Right? Like Axie and I, we don't we don't focus on donations because we're not doing this for donations. We're doing this because we want to interact with you guys and get to know our audience.
Mm-hmm. I sorry. Back to Troll's question, like what yeah, what do I do balance to and what balance that with the need to actually make money and pay bills. Where I for my point of view, I would say that especially like for me, at least for me and Joe, we are pretty much, I would say, like a pretty much small streamer,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely by just streaming over here won't be sustainable enough financially in a way for us to actually survive throughout the month with just at least for me. I wouldn't say I'm not
Oh, I
gonna talk
agree.
about author,
No, no, I
but for
agree.
me definitely not. All right, and I am not doing this full time. I do take up a job, but at the same time, I'm also spending my time because that's what I want to do with the community here in D Life. And yeah, I mean, on the side, yeah, you may earn a little bit of Lino and it might help you out financially a bit here and there. but I'm not buying of doing this as a uh, full time career, full time thing. If it can't support you financially in a stable manner, of course, in a consistent manner, unless you are already at, I would say, have a number of a bigger fan base that can constantly support you financially in a way, then yeah.
Right, but that is available already on D Live. Like my friend Luke, LT Zonda, to be a global partner, you have to have 100,000 Lino donated to you monthly. That's 1,200 US dollars. I know that he and his girlfriend are both global partners now and full time live streamers on D Live, and combined, they make more money than they were making at their jobs. So they've now quit their jobs and are working full time as daily streamers on D Live, and
Mm-hmm.
they are making enough money now that Luke even said when I did his live podcast this past Sunday that his roommates are moving out and they're able to pay the bills and the rent themselves from the money they're making, right? And Luke is very interactive with his chat, and he when you donate a diamond, he gets excited, he puts on the echo, he really gets involved, and people respond to that, and it encourages donations. So again, that comes down to what you want to do and be as a streamer.
Funny question. No, the funny question. What do you have to offer to the streaming community? What do you even do? Why should I follow? Now, I never asked any of this, boy, oh boy. I never even asked for a follow. I never even asked you to actually watch my stream. All right. Now, what I do, I put out contents. I do art streams for people to watch. I now do a podcast with author to discuss about uh uh to share our experience on how D Live changes streaming for us as a streamer. So to your question, like I say, I've never asked anything from you, and if my channel or my content is not for you, go away. All
And
right,
that's
go away.
fine.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste your precious time on me. Come on. All
Well,
right, go somewhere else.
somebody came into my channel earlier today when I did the 4 hour Q&A, and they said, so I was in this streamer's channel earlier, and for 20 minutes they were giving me a hard time about my name. And I said, why did you stay for 20 minutes? Like,
Yeah, why waste your time? Come on, guys.
there's
Be realistic. Jesus.
yeah, I mean, we all have personalities, right? And we're not all going to get along. And so it doesn't make sense if you're a viewer in a streamer's channel and you don't like their content, there's plenty of other channels you can watch. There's plenty of other things you could be doing with your time, right? You could be on a different website, you could be watching television, you could be petting your dog, you could be outside going for a walk, right? Don't waste your time being negative, whether they're being negative to you or you're being negative to them. It's a waste of time and energy. Just move
Mm-hmm.
on. If you want to follow, follow. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you
Yeah.
don't.
Don't.
It's
Yeah, go
fine.
away. Okay, cool. You are boring. I thought you were a 12-year-old boy. Bye, Elmo. Okay, first of all, you can't even identify between a boy and a girl. You are, I don't know, probably you gotta have to do something about that. And if I am that boring to you, yeah, go away. All right. I'm sorry that my channel and I'm boring for you. Please go and find somebody else to actually watch. Starting from this second. All right. But I still wish you all the best and good luck and stay safe. All right. Keep yourself healthy, and well, I'll see you when I see you, if that
Now,
happens.
somebody's asking, are you able to set different animations for different types of donations amount? Yes. I'm going to put a link in the channel. Super Sports also did it for me. Tidylabs.stream is the website that you would use to affect your custom alerts on DLive. You can change the volume, you can change the image, you can change the sound. There's also a website that I would encourage you guys to check out. It's called myinstance.com. INSTANTS, my instance, and it's a sound board. You can upload custom sounds. You can also use sounds that are already there, which there are many, many, many different sounds. But yeah, you can fully customize any donation alert. There are also what they call native alerts. So you don't need to know how to do this to start streaming. There's automatically, and I believe it's still the quacking, like a duck quacking sound for donations. But again, having a unique personality and customizing your alerts will most certainly encourage your audience to contribute more to your stream because you're catering to them specifically.
Yep.
So guys, if you have specific questions, please ask them in chat. We're talking to Axi. This is a fireside chat that I like to do, live podcast where I interview other DLive streamers specifically to, first of all, learn more about them as an individual, but also to provide as much helpful information that we can provide as live streamers to encourage other individuals and to help them to find success as a live streamer.
So if you guys have any question, feel free to ask away us in the chat. Pop it in the chat. We will go through it, every single one of it.
But again, we'll just rehash a couple quick things. Number one, DLive is a new live streaming platform. The D in DLive stands for decentralized, which is to say that by buying the cryptocurrency associated with the platform, which is Lino, you can lock that in. You can become a co-owner of the company. You can help vote and direct and change the shape of the future of the company to fit what you would like to see have happen. You get daily rewards from Locked In Lino. You get content bonuses when you stream exactly 7 days after the end of your stream based on how many people are watching, how many people are interacting. There's a percentage of donations that comes back to you. It's a very rewarding platform. And it's new, so it's not inundated. There's still room to grow. There's still room to find your niche and carve out a successful streaming career on DLive.
Yeah, if you don't mind, can you keep them entertained for the next 5 minutes? I'll be right back.
Well, I was going to say, we're actually kind of wrapping it up now. We've run out of questions.
Okay.
We haven't gotten any new questions. So I would just like to say I really appreciate you being here. Even with losing the camera, I believe we still had a really great conversation we went another hour plus after. So I believe it was still very, very effective, and I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, same, likewise.
And if any of you guys missed the beginning of this podcast, I do upload them to YouTube. Author Joe Holt. All of these live podcasts that I do with DLive streamers are available there. And we will have regular, aloha. We will have regular live podcasts. We've got another one coming up on Sunday with Bearded Leo. We've got one coming up the following day on Monday with Violent Hippie. We've got an entire list of individuals that we'd like to see on the live podcast. And if you guys know any live streamers on DLive that you think would be a good fit for this podcast, by all means, tell them about it. And let's see if we can get your favorite streamers on. So again, this has been Fireside Chats with author Joe Holt. Today's special guest has been Axi. Thank you for being here with me.
Yep, I appreciate your time as well. Thank you for spending your precious time with me and author in this Fireside Chats. Hope to see you guys again, and hope you guys enjoying your time in the DLive. Feel free to roam around. You meet a lot of other awesome streamers and the community members itself as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, the DLive is a wonderful, supportive community of friends and family. So we encourage you guys to get involved. And we, we'll see you again. So no matter where you are on this planet, I wish you all the best. And I will say aloha for now. We'll see you on the next Fireside Chats.
Hey, yeah. Catch you guys later.